Good day, yogis. My name is Brooke. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Let's get started. Sitting back in your chair, backs pressing against the back of the seat, allowing the hands to rest comfortably in the lap. Looking down at those feet, making sure that your heels and knees are in one line. And just allowing the body to become as comfortable as we can here, sitting in our chair. Allowing all of the parts of the body that actually make contact with the chair beneath us to be heavy, to feel supported, grounded by the seat beneath us. Just taking a moment to close down the eyes and start focusing on the breath. The gentle inhale and exhale through the nose. Taking notice of any feelings or sensations that become apparent once we become still. Not trying to fix or change anything, just bringing your awareness to these feelings, thoughts. Starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, slowly bringing movement to the body. And we're going to start by just gently lifting that left foot up off the ground and then rolling the heel or the ankle around. So rolling it in one direction and then switching sides and going the other. Again, rolling and switching. Set it down, other side, right foot comes up, rolling through that ankle. And switching. Rolling. And switching. Dropping that foot down, excellent job. Scooting the bottom forward now on the seat. Coming to about halfway down the seat here. Bringing our hands onto our thighs to begin with, okay? So we're just gonna sit up nice and tall, tall, straight spines, feeling as if there's an invisible string on top of our head that is pulling us up, okay? Giving us that length and expansion through the spine and the neck. Taking a big breath in here and just feeling for that expansion, feeling for that breath coming in and out of all of the vertebrae in the spine. A few more breaths here. Excellent job. And then we're going to bring our left hand to the outside of our right knee, grabbing hold of the back of the chair, taking a really big breath in, getting tall and long in the spine, and then twisting and looking towards the left side of the room. Right side, excuse me. Untwisting, coming back through center. We're going to reset for just a moment. So sitting up nice and tall. Take that invisible string on top of your head, pulling you up, giving you that nice expansion through the spine and making the back of the neck long. And then twisting to the other side. So we're going to bring that right hand down to the outside of the knee, grab hold of the chair, big breath in, and then twisting and looking to the left this time. Unwinding, coming back through center, and again sitting up nice and tall. That invisible string pulling you up. Some deep breaths here. Excellent job. So bringing those knees out wide, we are going to come into goddess pose early on in our class today. So starting to warm up through our shoulders and our chest and our front body. We're going to start by dropping the shoulders one at a time towards the floor. So dropping that shoulder, bending the elbow, then coming back up and drop again. Back up and drop. Up, drop. Up, drop. Up, drop. Keep going, matching that movement with your breath. Excellent job. Coming back up again, shaking out those shoulders. Great job. So from here, we're going to stretch through that side body. So bringing the left elbow down to the knee, bringing that palm facing up, and then we're going to reach through the side body. Feeling that stretch that's happening all the way in the hip crease here, up the side of the body. Coming back up into the other side. Right elbow comes down, palm faces up, left arm comes up and over. Spreading open and wide through the chest, the heart, the side body. Excellent job. Coming back into the other side. So elbow comes down, palm comes up, arm reaches up and over. Breathing into that stretch. Coming back up and over and reaching. Last time, back up and over. And last side. Excellent job. Coming back to center. Heel toeing those feet back together. We're going to come into a dancing cat. So you still want your feet a little bit wide, but not as wide as they were before, okay? So we're going to inhale our arms up, and then exhale them down through our heart, bringing the hands to the kneecaps. So on dancing cat, we're going to bring our chest and our heart forward, okay? So bending those elbows, bringing the elbows in by the sides, inhaling up, and then exhale. We're going to round the back, bring the chin towards the chest, and then bring that knee up towards the face. So hugging that belly button, everything into the center line. Releasing. Inhale to cat. Or cow, excuse me. Exhale to cat. Keep going, moving with your breath. Moving as fast or as slow as you need to in your own body. Warming up through that spine. Waking up the core. Keep moving, a few more here. Last one here. Excellent job. Coming back up, shaking out that spine a little bit. And we're going to move into a little bit more fluid movement. I like to call this one peanut butter jelly, waking up the spine, rolling around the torso, around the hips, okay? So bringing those feet out a little bit wider to accommodate our roll. We're holding onto our kneecaps still. And we're just going to start by rolling forward to the side, back again. Feel free to stop anywhere that feels sticky or irritated. Maybe send your breath there a little bit deeper. Taking your time, finding your full range of movement. One more on this side, and then we're gonna switcheroo and go to the other. Excellent job. Coming back around. One more on this side. And then back to center. Shake that out. Excellent job. Heel toe those feet back together. We're going to move right into our Warrior 2 series today. So bringing that left foot down onto the side of the chair. We're going to press that foot into the ground, activating up through the entire left leg. Grab the back of the chair with your left hand. Right foot is going to come out behind you, okay? Sticking that foot as flat as you can onto the floor. Okay, making any adjustments that you need to so that this leg is not getting cut by that chair, and you're able to sit up really nice and tall with that leg hanging off, okay? From here, we're just going to stand really nice and tall today, and I want you to just breathe into the stretch that's happening in the legs right now before we even bring the arms into it. When you're ready, today we're going to bring our arms straight up above us. If this is too much for you, take one arm or both arms back down. All right, bring that arm back down. We're going to give you two options here, okay? So the first option is that we bring that right arm all the way around and grab the back of the chair. Take a big breath in and lean or turn as we breathe out towards the back of the room. Another option is to bring the elbow down to the knee and then turn, okay? So we're leaning forward over that leg a little bit. Wherever you are, you're breathing into the twist that's happening through the torso. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Coming back up into our warrior one. Opening up into our warrior two. So turning those hips away from the bent leg and towards the front of the room. Arms come out by the sides. Reversing our warrior. Flip that front palm. Let it ride back over. Feeling that stretch that's happening all through the left side of the body. And then coming back forward into our warrior two. Elbow comes to the knee, arm comes straight up, big breath in. Elbow comes to the ear, finding that long line of energy all the way through the right side of the body. Coming back up through center. Releasing, and let's move to the other side. So we're going to come back through center just for a moment, reset, coming into our seated goddess, wiggling our shoulders out, dropping them down a moment. Did some nice twisting and stretching through the back body and the front body. And then we're going to twist on over to the other side. So left or right foot this time is going to ground down into the floor, pressing that foot in and activating all the way up through the top of the leg. Left foot is going to come out behind you as much as possible, straightening through that leg and trying to get the foot flat on the floor. So we're just going to stay here for a minute in our legs, feeling the feet pressing down into the floor and activating through the legs. When you're ready, bringing that arm straight up into our warrior one. All right, dropping that hand back down. So we're going to give you options here for that twist. We're going to either take hold of the back of the chair and take a big breath in, get really tall and long in that spine, and then gently twist the head over that right shoulder. Or bringing the elbow down to the knee leaning forward and still coming into that twist a little bit deeper by leaning forward. Wherever you are, breathing into the stretch. Twisting, coming back up through center. And releasing. Good job. So we're going to come into our warrior two. So same stance. Really, this foot's going to come out a little bit more in front this time. Arms, our torso is going to turn towards the front of the room. And arms are going to come out over the legs. Gaze goes out over that middle finger. Flipping that front palm, reversing the warrior, allowing that backhand to slide down the leg. Front arm comes up and over. Coming back into our warrior two. And then elbow coming to the knee, arm coming straight up, big breath in. And then exhaling as that elbow comes to the ear, opening up that long line of energy all the way through the left side of the body. Breathing into the yumminess of the stretch. Back into our warrior two. And then dropping down. Excellent job. Coming back through center. This time, I want you to take those feet and stretch them out long in front of you. Grind your heels down into the ground, okay? Keep your back nice and flat. And then walk your hands down your legs just slightly. Feeling that stretch happening in the back of our legs. The more we flex our feet towards our face, the more we'll feel those legs turn on. And then coming back up, coming to standing now on the left side of your mat. We're going to do some eagle pose today. So grounding down through that left foot, we're going to bend both of our knees, and then we're going to reach that right foot or the left foot up and over, okay? I'm going to kickstand those toes down, and I'm going to sink as much as I can into my hips, okay? Knees are bending, legs are squeezing together with all your might, as if you're trying to combine them into one. You're squeezing them so hard, okay? So now we're gonna take that arm up and above you, around, grabbing the outside of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder, pulling that belly button into the spine, squeezing everything in through the center. 2 more big breaths in and out. Last one, and release. Shake it out. Coming to the other side of the mat now. Grounding down this time through the left foot. We're going to put a bend in both knees and then cross that right foot over, kickstanding the toes. Bending down, sinking my weight into my hips, squeezing my legs together as all my might, trying to make them one, as if they're Play-Doh and I'm mashing them into one. Okay, then I'm going to take that right arm across the body, grab to the outside of the shoulder, pull everything in towards the center line of the body. Big breath in through the nose and release. Again, in and release. In and release your eagle. Shake it out, dance it out. Excellent job. So, oh man, felt good. Felt good and challenging at the same time. All right, so coming back into some standing poses. We've just got some eagle. We're gonna stretch those hips back out. I want you to heel-toe your feet apart behind your chair, okay? Nice and wide. I'm gonna recenter my chair here, okay? And we're going to turn the toes of our left foot out towards the left side of the room, okay? So you can keep a micro bend, a little bend in that knee. Hold onto your chair. Allow that hand to slide down, stretching into our triangle pose. Slowly walking the hand back up, pulling those toes in towards the center and turning the toes on the right foot out, okay? So again, we're gonna use our chair for balance and then sliding down. Find where it feels comfortable and then breathing into that stretch. Sliding that hand back up, heel-toeing those feet back together now. I'm going to turn my chair, but you do not have to, okay? Turning my chair. We're going to come into a balancing pose, okay? A warrior three. So this is a flying pose. We call this flying warrior. It is a challenging one, but we can use our chair to help support us. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can stand in front of your chair, bring your hands down to the base of the seat, and then play with lifting each leg up behind you, okay? Keeping those toes flexed down towards the ground, raising the leg, bringing it back down. Raising the leg, and bringing it back down, okay? If you would like a little bit more, you can bring your elbows down to the chair and then slowly, again, bring that leg up and bring it back down. Up and down. Wherever you are, finding a space where your body feels best, and we're going to practice here for a few moments, okay? So pressing your hands down in, trying to keep that back as flat as possible, elongating through the neck and the spine, and practicing raising that leg up towards the back of the room. Lower back down. Raise the other leg. You do not need to go at the same pace as me. You can vary, do little pulses if you'd like, just by raising your leg and lowering it. Finding that movement, finding what feels best in your body. Sometimes it takes some exploration to feel what feels best in our body. Few more breaths here, playing in our warrior 3. And then coming down, we're gonna come into a forward fold. So either staying right where you are and just allowing the head and neck to be heavy. If you'd like a little bit more, you can bring those elbows down to the chair and then allow the neck and head to be heavy. Let everything go, just release into your forward fold. Very slowly, I want you to think about coming up. Very slowly, we're going to put a little bend in our knees. And we're very slowly going to walk our hands back up the chair. Walk our hands to our thighs. Very slowly rise back up, allowing the head and neck to be the last thing to lift. Excellent job, yogis. Okay, so for the remainder of our class, we're going to do one more balancing pose, and then we're going to move back into our chair. So we're going to go ahead and do our tree pose. So one of everybody's favorites, I know. Please ground down through your right foot, okay? Ground down through that right foot. Take those left toes, and I want you to pop them out to the side. Then slowly, we're going to kickstand that foot in. Take the bottom of that foot and press it into the inside of the ankle, opening up that knee to the side. Yes, if you're feeling comfortable in your tree, grow your tree branches. Maybe take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe raise your kickstand to your calf. If you're feeling strong in your tree and you'd like to challenge yourself a little more today, maybe raising up onto those tippy toes and slowly, with control, lowering back down. Excellent job, shaking it out and moving back to the other side. This time we're going to ground down through that left foot. Right toes are going to come out to the side, kickstanding them in, pressing the inside of that foot into the ankle so that we can open up that knee towards the side. If your tree is feeling strong here, raising, growing your branches. And if you're still feeling strong, maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling, challenging our balance a little bit more, and maybe raising that foot up to the calf. Raising on your toes if you did it on the other side. Lose your balance sometimes. It's okay. Come right back into it. Keep breathing. Go with the flow, right? All right. Shake it out. Coming back down to our seats. So bringing those knees out a little bit wide, we're going to cross over our left ankle onto our right knee, okay? So we did a lot of stretching through the hips And we're going to continue to just make sure that we give them a little extra love today. So grabbing hold of your folded leg, either sitting up nice and tall and breathing into that intense stretch that's happening in the left hip. Or if you'd like a little bit more, maybe leaning forward slightly over that folded leg. Wherever you are, taking big breaths in and out through the nose. And then slowly coming back up. We're going to cross that foot all the way over. And then I want you to heel toe this foot so it's in the center line of your body, okay? Everything is in the center line. So we're going to take our right hand to the outside of our knees. Grab hold of the chair. One last twist here. Coming up really tall and long. Breathing in. Lifting through the spine and the neck, and then twisting over to the side. Releasing, unwinding, squeezing that knee up into the chest, and then releasing it back down to the ground. Excellent job. Other side. We're going to lift up that right foot, cross the right ankle over the left knee, sitting up nice and tall, really nice and tall, and breathing into that stretch. If you need a little bit more, folding forward until you reach your edge. Finding that stretch, breathing into it. Coming back up, rising back up. If you fold it over, we're going to fold that leg all the way over. Heel toe that foot so it's in the center line of the body. We're going to bring that left hand to the outside of the knees. Grab hold of the back of the chair. Big breath in, get really tall and long. And then twisting. Breathing in and out all of that air. Imagining with each breath you're able to twist a little bit deeper. Coming back through center, releasing, bringing that knee back into the chest, giving it a big squeeze, big hug. And then dropping it back down again. Making our way back into our chairs, backs pressed against the seat. We're coming into our final resting pose of class. Check in with those feet. Make sure that your knees and heels are in a line for optimal comfort. Okay, and then allowing the hands to come down into the lap. closing down the eyes. Allowing the body to be completely still. Absorbing all the benefits of our practice today. Break through your resistance. Sometimes we resist new lessons, and what we resist is the most likely to be what we need the most to learn. Our lessons usually come with inner conflict. The action we should be taking, the idea we should be learning, is sometimes hidden behind a wall of resistance. There's a border, a barrier we need to cross to get into the heart of the lesson. Most times, that barrier is within us. Lessons require us to let go of old feelings, old beliefs. If they didn't, they wouldn't be lessons. We'd already know them. Sometimes, the very thing we feel guiltiest about doing, the place we're most resistant to visiting, the person we're most convinced we shouldn't contact, or the behavior we're tormenting ourselves mostly about, is exactly what we need to be doing. And more often than not, the lesson we're learning is not what we think it is. We need to embrace the surprise element of life. Embrace the mystery of life as it unfolds, as the lessons appear, as we grow and change. Do what you need to do to break through your resistance. Often that means simply seeing your resistance for what it is. Remember that the point of greatest resistance is often the place of greatest learning. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly bringing movement back into the body. Gently opening back the eyes and stretching the arms up overhead, letting out a yawn or a sigh. The light in me loves and honors the light in each and every one of you. Go forward with light and love in your heart. Namaste.